Hey everyone, we got some more unfortunate news for Boeing stock investors. The company seemingly can't get itself out of trouble in the last few years. Now, I'll discuss what these latest developments are and what they could mean for Boeing stock investors. Already, the news has sent Boeing stock price down 2.7% today on the back of this announcement. So let's take a look.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so Boeing reported that it took orders for only 4 new jets in May, and these were all for the 787 Dreamliner. 0 new orders for the troubled 737 MAX. And that was down from even the modest orders of 7 in April. That was far below the 69 jets it reported in May of 2023. So year over year, they're going from 69 to 4. A huge drop off in new orders year over year. So far this year, it has taken a gross order of 142 jets, and that's down 36% from the orders it took in the first 5 months of last year, down 36%. So big drop off for the order backlog for Boeing. So it's finally starting to have an impact on orders for the business. Up until this point, the majority of trouble for Boeing had been the deliveries. It had been halted from a rate of deliveries that is consistent with its past. It had to slow down deliveries to increase quality control, and that was the primary impact. Now it's impacting orders significantly. Customers are taking back and not ordering as much. But remember, Boeing has a massive backlog. It has a backlog of $448 billion. That's an order book of over 5,600 planes. At its current pace of deliveries, it would take Boeing roughly 10 years or more to deliver on all of these planes it has in its backlog. And so on reporting of its troubles, I noted that customers were unlikely to cancel their orders because they have a place in line to receive these orders, and they don't want to give up that place in line, because if they move to the back of the line, that could mean several years of waiting to receive the planes that you ordered. All right, so customers were willing to tolerate Boeing's difficulties, willing to monitor their improvements in quality control and their manufacturing process, instead of just saying, okay, you know what, Boeing, enough is enough. We're going to cancel our orders until you prove that you've fixed the issues you're having. But now that I'm seeing evidence of actual customer pullback in terms of orders, could cancellations be next in this backlog? That would be the big devastation. That would be even more devastating than the slowdown in new orders, because they've got a backlog already for the next, decade. And these order slowdowns could recover relatively quickly after Boeing and the FAA work together and find the solution, and the FAA checks up on Boeing and says, makes an announcement giving confidence for Boeing's customers to go ahead and order again. Orders could quickly accelerate again. But if these backlogs get canceled, that could be another devastating blow to Boeing, because this is where it's counting on a long history of orders to continue. Now, Boeing stock price is now down to $184 per share, down from the recent highs of over $340 per share. If we look longer term, over the last 10 years, Boeing stock price is down from the near $400 per share, sliced in half to $185 per share. That's why I've been hesitant. I used to have Boeing stock rated as a buy, and I downgraded it to a borderline buy because of these recent troubles. But the reason I've hesitated from downgrading it completely off a buy totally is because of that strong backlog and lack of evidence of customer cancellations in that order backlog, and the stock price, which has already more than halved from its highs. So I have given Boeing one downgrade from a buy to a borderline, and I'm close to downgrading it again, but I haven't yet done that because of that strong backlog. Now, this announcement today brings Boeing one step closer to getting off of my borderline buy and down to a hold because of this announcement. Another thing management had told investors is in the latest quarter, its cash flow from operations was negative 3.36 billion. Management told investors at a conference that the next quarter is going to be worse. So it's going to lose another 3.5 billion or so in terms of cash flow from operations. And then in the third and fourth quarter, it's going to improve. But the next quarter is going to be negative again. Management told investors that already. So Boeing is now trading at a forward price to earnings of 34.85. And its earnings prospects seem to be getting worse as the year progresses because it's not making progress as quickly as investors had hoped in improving the quality control and getting approval from the FAA to increase the pace of deliveries. Remember, Boeing makes sales, right? It has that strong backlog, so it has the sales already secured. The challenge for Boeing's business nowadays is on executing, manufacturing effectively at an effective price point. Getting the pace, the quality, the rate, all of that is the important part of the business now. Sales are in for more than a decade. So now it's a matter of fulfilling, delivering on those orders effectively. And that's the part Boeing's had difficulty with over the last several years, delivering planes that have had difficulties. And a difficulty for a plane manufacturer and seller is magnified because people's lives are at risk. And so you've really got to amplify the quality control, the safety of your product because people's lives are at risk. And so Boeing not really fulfilling its orders effectively, and investors getting more disappointing news today that orders are down significantly year over year. Only 4 new jets in May and 0 for the troubled 737 MAX. So Boeing investors, keep a closer eye on this stock. It's not going in the right direction. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time and a lot of other videos you could be watching. So I truly appreciate that you chose to watch this one. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe or the like button. They'll both help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you again.